NBA2K MyPark, one of the most revolutionary game modes in video game history. But it wasn't always the game we know of today. So let's go back to the beginning, where it all started, and watch the evolution of 2K MyParks. Hit that subscribe button! Now first up on the list is 2K14. This is the first open world park game mode released by 2K. It came out on PS4 and Xbox One when they were considered next-gen consoles. The 2K14 park was very basic. They only had the one park. There was no rep system, no affiliations, no badges, nothing to truly ground for. It was just for fun, kind of like an arcade game. It was very easy to score. The scoreboard was on the side of the court, and there wasn't no true meta in the game. Everyone kind of did their own thing. NBA 2K15. This is the first year I feel like 2K took the park game mode seriously. They added the rep system and affiliations. Since there was affiliations, you had multiple different parks like Sunset Beach, River City, and Old Town. The build system didn't really have any balance to it, so you were literally able to do anything. And don't get me started on them demigods. This is where the name demigods come from, if any of you didn't know. But there were literally 7-foot point guards obliterating the park, so it was crazy. But for me, this 2K hits home a little bit because this is my first 2K where I played park. 2K14, I didn't have a PS4 or Xbox One yet, so 2K15 is my first 2K where I actually played park. Let me know in the comments what 2K y'all start playing park. Here's 2K16, probably most of y'all's favorite 2K. This is 2K that really put MyPark on the map. You still had the affiliations, you had badges in the game, bigger rep system, bigger rep rewards such as jetpacks, tigers. This is also the first 2K that had mascots. The builder was better than 2K15, giving the game the biggest skill gap ever. You actually had to be good to play 2K16. They also had park events such as Rival Day and House Rules. And the winter Rival Day, which was River City, got a park on a skyscraper. Like, I remember loading into the park for the first time seeing this park. And it might be the best park of all time. Let me know what y'all think. The only bad thing I can really say about 2K16 is the park cars. They're basically power-ups you were able to use during games. And if you were there, you knew how terrible they were. With 2K17, I always felt like it was a 2K16 2.0, but not quite because it wasn't as good. 2K had a mission to balance the game, so not one build in the game can do everything. So now you have archetypes such as playmakers, slashers, lockdown defenders, glass cleaners, post scorers, shot creators, and you only excelled at one thing. And you were only able to get Hall of Fame badges in those categories as well. So if you were a post scorer, you could only get drop stepper Hall of Fame and post spin Hall of Fame. So if you were a playmaker, you was able to get like Dimer Hall of Fame, ankle breaker Hall of Fame. Slashers, they to get post rapper Hall of Fame, and so on. But one thing about that is you were still able to grind for any badge in the game, but you was only able to get a bronze. So if you were a glass cleaner with bronze corner specials and catch and shoot, you was going to be able to shoot regardless. Park After Dark was also introduced in the game as one of the most overhyped, laggiest events of all time. Lastly, there were park cards. Who remember how OP Bone Collector was in the game? Tell it, Bone, bro, you were a pure playmaker with Hall of Fame ankle breaker and Bone Collector, but you were snapping nickels every game. But all in all, 2K17 was okay. It didn't quite live up to the expectations of 2K16. But what 2K really has? NBA 2K18, also known as the worst 2K of all time, was a big change from 2K17. They got rid of affiliations in the rep system and replaced it with Road to 99. They changed the way you got badges with the new badge point system. This is also the first 2K where you was able to get your badges on a park. Beforehand, you had to grind them on MyPark only, so that was a big change. I felt like the whole neighborhood thing was a good idea, but it was just real spaced out. Like, you would have to walk across the world to buy some shoes, then catch a flight to the other side of the neighborhood to get back to the park. It was just a lot. The Road to 99 award also sucked. The only good award was when you hit 99 overall, you got to boost all your badges. But this 2K got a huge drop in player base, one because of how bad the game was, and two because of Prime Fortnite. Who remember Prime Fortnite? There isn't too much to be said about 2K19. They pretty much fixed every problem 2K18 had. They changed parks, so now you're in this kind of open space box instead of the huge 2K neighborhood. They made some adjustments with the build system. Me personally, I feel like 2K19 has the best build system out of all the 2K. Park designs like Mountain Dew, Ruffles, and Reese's Puffs parks. But 2K19 was just correcting his faults to me. Isn't really too much to be said. They also made some gameplay improvements to increase the skill gap a little bit. 2K20 is one of the most slept on 2Ks of all time. They kept the same park as 2K19, but they changed the badge system and the rep system. This is also the 2K that introduced patch charts. Park badges also made a return to NBA 2K20, but I remember when the whole country was in quarantine and we all played 2K20. But 2K20, I had so much memories playing 2K20. I think this was the most fleshed out MyPark game since 2K16. Like, there weren't many flaws in the game other than the lack of defense at times and the cheesy play styles, but there's cheesy play styles almost every 2K. 2K21 received a lot of hate for how unfinished it was, but man, you gotta cut them some slack. We were fresh out of a pandemic, but it was lacking, I have to admit. This is the first 2K where the communities were split between next gen and current gen. The current gen had the 2K Beach Park, while next gen had the city. I liked how next gen had Rookieville. If you were a rookie, you was able to play park until you were pro. I liked that. It was a pretty cool concept. Current gen still had the patch charts, but while next gen had a new badge system, it had a lot of problems. Any build was able to do everything. Every build could do everything. Closing the 2K skill gap, an average player on 2K20 was a very good player on 2K21, so it still needed work. But keep in mind, it was the first 2K on next gen consoles, so there was still work to be done. 2K22, the current 2K. This 2K brought something new with seasons instead of the old-fashioned rep system. It was still a split community with the current gen playing on a yacht and the next gen playing back in the city. Current gen still had the patch charts, although they added a few extra patch charts that wasn't in 2K21. Next gen had corrected the builder that was introduced in 2K21 next gen. They added a few new badges, added rewards we never got in other 2Ks, such as the Dash 2K shoes, the affiliation mascots, the parrot that you get for hitting legend. You also hit legend differently this year, with you having to hit level 40 in 4 different seasons, but 2K22 was a pretty solid 2K. Just gameplay wise, it was very easy to score, and you could hardly play D. You can't play no Divs in 2K22. Like, you could be a pure lock, and you're still gonna get dunked on, I swear. But now it's August, and 2K23 is a month away. It's confirmed that there won't be any changes to the parks, and the build system should stay relatively the same, other than there not being any patch charts. But all in all, I can't wait to see what 2K23 park has to offer. But if I was to rank the 2K parks, I would say 20, 16, 17, 15, 22, 19, 14, 18. Comment below what y'all rankings are for 2K parks. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a like. We out.